Ryan, thanks for chatting to me ahead of this weekend's FA Cup Round 2 match at Coach Road against AFC Stoneham. Before we talk a little bit about that, I thought we'd reflect on what was a momentous occasion for you and the girls last weekend. How are you feeling after that 13-0 win at home park?
Yeah, obviously it was nice to get the result and progress in the FA Cup, and really professional performance from the players. So really happy how we performed and showcase what we're about in front of a 2,000 plus crowd. And like you say, a great occasion again to play at home park. So yeah, really grateful that we got the opportunity again.
Now, obviously, due to rescheduling, a lot of stuff's kind of gone up in the air for you and the girls. It's more FA Cup action this weekend, as we said, against Stoneham. Tell us a little bit about Stoneham and what your thoughts are on the opposition going into this weekend.
Yeah, so not got too much detail around Stoneham. It's very difficult to find information and footage. We've got a little bit through Twitter and YouTube. So, yeah, they've got a threat going forward. Obviously, they've progressed into round 2 by beating Sticker. So, yeah, we've just got to go in there. I think, it's going to be one of those where we've got to focus on ourselves and make sure we turn up and do a professional job. And if we do that, again, fully expect us to progress into round 3. But that's not underestimating the team. We've got to turn up and be as good as we can on the day.
As you said, obviously, you don't have much access into finding out much about the team. You said that last time, and obviously it ended up, well, essentially not meaning much to you, and you managed to get a comfortable result over Minster. What is it that you did for that game, and what is it that you focus on when you say focus on yourselves? What do you choose to work on during these fixtures?
Well, obviously, we expect to have more of the ball, so it's what we do, the patterns we're looking for, and how to exploit space. And if a team's sitting a low block, what does that mean to us? And if they come out of that block, where's the space is? So, yeah, we just focus on what we're good at and what our players are available and what they can do. So it's it's a little bit more tricky than the league games to plan for, because, like you say, we get the footage and we know a lot about those teams. So it was quite nice actually just to focus solely on what we do, both with the ball and without the ball. And like you say, we look for those patterns moving forward, and the girls understood what we were looking for, and also making sure we got the security behind the ball, that we don't get countered and punished. And it'll be no different this weekend, as long as we listen to what we've worked on in training and execute it and make sure we're professional and don't do our own thing to a certain degree. Like you say, we'll get the result 100%, but that's not underestimating that Stoneham. They're going to look for a cup upset like Ilminster, and I was just really pleased with how professional we'd done the job on Sunday, and we've just reiterated that to the girls and the players this week. If we do the same and we treat it like any other game in a league game and treat the opponent with respect, then it's in our own hands to do what we're good at.
Further postponement and rescheduling has meant, obviously, that you won't be playing MK next week, so there's quite a long way to go before our next league game. And obviously, if you win this weekend, you will be in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. As we've said, we've talked a lot about working on yourselves, and obviously, depending on what opposition we could get, if we get to the 3rd round, it could mean an interesting situation for you. How do you cope with not only that, but also in these matches, not being able to perhaps rotate as much as you like with the 3 substitutions, as well as having, well, now finally, majority of your squad back?
Yeah, it's frustrating when the games are rescheduled, and no disrespect to county cups, I just don't see how they take preference over league games personally, but that's just my own opinion. So, yeah, it's frustrating because we want to get some more points on the board and in the league, and they're the games which mean the most to us. If we're being brutally honest, it's the bread and butter. It's what we need to do to progress, and we want to play those games before Christmas and, like you say, get those points on the board as much as possible. So it's a little bit frustrating, should we say, that games get postponed and moved. But like you say, we are used to it. The 3 substitutions don't help in the FA Cup. For example, I think it has more of a adverse effect for the other teams as well. If we look at Ilminster on Sunday, could have they freshened up their team a little bit more and kept the scoreline a bit more respectable? 100%, and I just don't think that's fair on them as well as us, and it gives us the opportunity to give other people minutes. So in an ideal world, we would like more substitutions, but the rules are the rules. We'll plan. There will be possibly a bit of rotation in the squad this weekend, but again, we want to be as professional as possible and give those teams the respect they deserve. And like you say, we've got a very good squad available again this weekend. Most players are available, so I think even with the rotation, we're going to be strong. So yeah, it's difficult, but like you say, it is what it is, and we can control what we can control. So we just focus on what we can do best in those games.
Well, all the best of luck this weekend, Ryan.
No, cheers, Jake.